All right, now let's break it down what's happening in the US stock market. I'm going to start for one of the biggest sector within the software infrastructure is Microsoft. As of this morning, it's up by 0.20%. And the latest update about Microsoft will lay off nearly 4% of its workforce, the company said on Wednesday. In the latest job cuts, as the tech giant looks to rein in costs and hefty investments in artificial intelligence infrastructure. The company, which had about 228,000 employees worldwide as of June 2024, had announced layoffs in May, affecting around 6,000 workers. Bloomberg News reported last month that it was planning to cut thousands of jobs, particularly in sales. The Windows maker had pledged $80 billion in capital spending for its fiscal year 2025. However, the soaring cost of scaling its AI infrastructure has weighed on its margin, when its June quarter cloud margin expected to shrink from last year. Microsoft said on Wednesday it planned to reduce organizational layers with fewer managers and streamline its products, procedure and rules. They confirmed to Reuters that its gaming division was impacted by the layoffs, although not the majority of the unit. And next, we're going to move on to one of the biggest company within the semiconductor is NVIDIA. We can see NVIDIA as of this morning is up by, we can see green color, up by 2.58%. And also other, we can see mostly other companies within the semiconductor. S&P 500 is facing all green performance, and the latest update about NVIDIA reclaimed the top spot among the most valued companies worldwide in June, as its shares were supported by renewed optimism over its leadership in artificial intelligence and expectations of surging demand for its AI chips. The chip maker's market value stood at $3.86 trillion at the end of June, about 4.3% higher than Microsoft Corp's $3.69 trillion valuation. However, NVIDIA's market value has yet to surpass Apple Incorporation's record high of about $3.92 trillion set in December 2024. Apple, with a market capitalization of $3.1 trillion, ranked as the third most valuable company at the end of last month. Meta Platforms Incorporation, Broadcom Incorporation, and Amazon.com Incorporation saw their market's value rise by 14%, 13.9%, and 7% respectively last month, reaching $1.86 trillion, $1.3 trillion, and $2.33 trillion. The market value of Tesla Incorporated, dropped 8.3% to $1.0 trillion last month, with sentiment hit by CEO Elon Musk's feud with US President Donald Trump. And that is the update also about Tesla. And Tesla, as of this morning, is 4.97%. And we're going to move on to Intel. It's the only company within the semiconductor S&P 500 is facing low growth with 4.25% down as of this morning. And Intel's new chief executive is exploring a big change to its contract manufacturing businesses to win major customers in a potentially expensive shift from his predecessor's plans. The new strategy for Intel's foundry business would mean offering outside customers a newer generation of technology. That next-generation chip-making process, analysts believe, will be more competitive against Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. in trying to land major customers such as Apple or NVIDIA. Shares of Intel fell as much as 5% on Wednesday morning on the Nasdaq since stalking the company's hub in March. CEO Lee Bhutan has moved fast to cut costs and find a new path to revive the ailing US chipmaker. By June, he started voicing that a manufacturing process known as 18A, in which prior CEO Pat Gelsinger had invested heavily, was losing its appeal to new customers. And that is the update within the S&P 500. Please stay tuned with us as Niaga AWANI will bring more updates locally and internationally Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And definitely stay tuned with us as we're taking a short break and we'll be right back.